Midnight Hammer, baby. Let's fly. We're actually going to be taking off of Whiteman Air Force Base, and it kind of doesn't matter which hangar I put it in. The plane is either upside down or somewhat on the roof. Appreciate everyone joining us via TikTok and YouTube today. I'm not streaming to Twitch, just limiting bandwidth. Again, I'm looking at the B-2 bomber today. Is it worth it? Is it not worth it? Let's have some fun. All right, we already loaded and it's already looking funky, and as bam, we're upside down. I'm gonna be flying just using an Xbox controller, but yep, looks like our aircraft is just funky here. Yeah, I can't get back inside now. The only way I can get back inside is if I enter the aircraft. And there we go, I'm inside of the aircraft. Some things are still loading, as you can see, some blurriness. We're gonna load us up on the runway or parking somewhere, maybe on the tarmac, and we'll taxi off to the runway. A quick tour around this bad boy. Nice aerial view of the B-2 bomber. Very beautiful aircraft. Zoom out some, I have this awesome ultra-wide 49-inch, so I get a full cockpit view, if you will. Still got this sticker here to remove, funny enough. I hear your last transmission, sure. Let's acknowledge that transmission. Ooh, Midnight Hammer, baby. Got our toilet seat, most important. Of course, we can flush. But no place to wash your hands. I don't know what this is. Looks like a lockbox up here. Or maybe you put in a special code and that's a seat. I don't know. No clue.
It's better when you don't wash your hands.
Yeah, it builds the immune system. That hatch is not opening. The hatch doesn't open at all. Or maybe maybe there is a difference in 2020 and 2024, but it is the 2020 download. Again, I'm in 2024 now. The marketplace lets me go ahead and play it. I know those parking brakes are there, parking blocks. I'm gonna try and move the aircraft.
Warning.
Okay, it worked.
Warning.
All right. It just moved and the parking blocks disappeared. Looks like all our computer systems shut off. Apparently, the engines are still working. Let's just restart, not to waste our time. All right, the parking blocks are no longer here. Let's just skip ahead. Fire up our engines. Caution, pilot seat disarmed, co-pilot seat disarmed, anti-skid, parking brakes, engine 1 starting.
Ground, Midnight Hammer, Charlie Lima Alpha Sierra Sierra, India Foxtrot. Request taxi for departing straight out with Zulu. Midnight Hammer, Charlie Lima Alpha.
Very nice, very nice. Quick look at the back. Yeah, nothing back here you can really see. These are where the bombs, the payload, the package will be held and then dropped. Now again, all this information is classified. There is some public information though, obviously, some what everyone's using.
AKA the noobs.
Yeah. Engine 3 is starting. We can't move yet. I'm going to assume we have to wait for all engines to start. Seems like common sense, right?
Midnight Hammer, Charlie Lima Alpha Sierra Sierra, India Foxtrot. Did you copy?
Yes, I copy.
Taxi, hold short runway 19er. Midnight Hammer, Charlie Lima Alpha Sierra Sierra, India Foxtrot.
I'm not going to talk about Operation Midnight. This video I'm making here or streaming is more focused on the aircraft itself. Let's get to our runway for our takeoff. Adding some thrust. Parking gauge or parking brake disengaged. I gave it full thrust. All right, there we go. A little bit of thrust here. Ah, look, the computer shut off again. You know, to be fair, we're playing 2024 now, and this was made for 2020. One of our viewers just mentioned they get the same experience on the Cessna 172 in 2020, so maybe it's just a 2020 thing that carried over. Guys, the outside view. This thing is so clean. What do we say we make it a little dark? Nice. For the fun of it, I do have lights. Oh, here we go, the taxi lights. Come on. Landing lights. But these are our lights right here. Why our taxi lights aren't working? Again, this is 2020 version. This is my inside lights, console lights and everything. Yeah, that is funny. Okay, all the way up. I know that this does have lights. I've loaded in the dark previously. How to fly the aircraft once. We do have our light. These are the light settings. I know that. But, you know, considering our computer's not even on, it figures. It figures. There goes our taxiing experience. We're gonna just restart the flight right there on the runway. Make life easier. Work smarter, not harder. Let's make it a tad bit darker. By a tad, it went straight night, black, midnight black. Operation Midnight over here. That's it's definitely too dark now for you guys to see. Now those speed brakes are up, so those are the speed brakes right on top. These flaps you don't want to step on. Go back inside the aircraft. The speed brakes are down here. Wanted to put them down. Because these are like the throttles, if that makes sense. But, oh wait, in, speed brake.
Caution, caution.
Caution, why? Oh, it's firing up one of the engines. That would make sense. So the B-2 Spirit takeoff configuration. Typically a 10 to 20 degree takeoff position, depending on the load or runway length. You want to do a slight nose up, 2 to 3, elevator and trim. Slight nose up, 5 to 7 degrees, and with a 2 to 3 degree of trim. Speed brakes and spoilers retracted. It needs to be retracted, and they're deployed here. And I'm trying to figure out how to retract them. And then you want your parking brake on, spool up, and then once you have full power, release your parking brake. All right, that's some basic takeoff configuration. For the takeoff roll, throttle set to mil power or full. We want to rotate at 150 to 165 knots based on weight. And again, nose up 8 to 10 degrees. Climb 170 to 190 knots. Retract the landing gear at a positive climb rate above 500 feet. Flaps retract in stages after gear up and reaching safe climb speeds of 200 knots. So after 200 knots and gear up, go ahead and put our flaps up. Let's see if we can remember all that. But what bothers me is having those speed brakes there. Flaps are on the back, right? And the flaps don't even appear to be down. All right, I pressed down for flaps on the controller. So I hit down, the flaps move down and then go right back up. So I'm not sure if that's a bug or something. Took off the parking brake just to see if the flaps would deploy. Sometimes, you know, checklist wise, I don't know. No flaps, we're taking off without flaps. Put the parking brake back on. See if we find the flap lever here. Doesn't seem to be one. Move these things out the way. Oh, we got Ethernet. Flight control, altitude, speed brake, exit. Oh wait, retract. Doesn't do anything. Yeah, this kind of bothers me a little bit. I should have hit record before. Oh well. Flaps, I guess they're down, but those speed brakes bother me. All right, we're at 140 knots. We can begin our pullback, slight pullback to 8 to 10 degrees. At 500 feet, we're gonna lift our, put our landing gear up. We got a positive climb rate. Yes, I already pressed it. Did it not take it? Press it again. those bad boys. But our speed brakes are still deployed. That is scary.
Squawk 0046.
Taxi and landing lights are on. Yeah, I know.
Sierra, Sierra, India, Foxtrot.
We'll leave. Well, we can shut that off. Why are we cautioning? We're climbing at full speed, 41,000 vertical speed. So yeah, maybe that's the caution. Yeah, it has nice turning capabilities for sure. Let's really bank this thing.
I'm trying to stay strong and not show my tears. Help me find a way to fill this void.
It's still going.
Help me find a way to
there it is.
my heart. You say that you love me, but I don't feel them words.
Get right behind this aircraft.
Love is
Dropping some bombs.
Pain is where we are.
Nothing happens. No bombs. No bombs. Such a beautiful aircraft. See how the light bounces off this thing. And doesn't bounce off, if that makes sense. Look at it. Black. Now you can see some of it down below. Very majestic.
Does it go faster?
479 knots with a max speed of 530 knots. Our ceiling would be 50,000 feet. It does have a fuel or a range of 6,900 nautical miles, depending on weight, 342 knots. But we are full power, we are pitching up, we are climbing right now to 13,000 feet. Let's go ahead and move us and put us higher up in the air. Buddy, 35,000 feet. Let's go a little higher. 46,000 feet, 49,000 feet, 51,000 feet. We're definitely at the ceiling of this aircraft. But wow, look at this thing. So high up you can barely see the details anymore. Here is the outside of this aircraft. Let's try and brighten it up a little bit or make it darker or brighter. There we go. Move the sun around. Look at that. This thing is awesome. Really does look like a hawk. Level out the aircraft. We were definitely diving down. Here we go. Fixing our trim. Level flight. Look at this bad boy. Let's see what patch notes or notes I have on the aircraft. So again, our cruise speed, 479 knots with a max of 530. And right now we're currently going 260. But yeah, I had decreased the engine speed because we were overspeeding in our dive. So we're picking speed back up. The ceiling was definitely 50,000 feet. I was at 51. All the warning systems were going off and the aircraft started to stall. Where are we? Wow. We're still zooming out. We're still zooming out. I'm increasing the drone speed. This is how far up the aircraft is. Wow. And to put that into perspective, right? It looked like we were closer to the clouds before. We're still descending our drone cam. I want to zoom all the way down to ground level so you can see what it looks like from the ground. This is final approach POV, and now you have the POV. The POV you need. Yep, so the drone camera is tracking or following the aircraft still. So that's what we're seeing here, the movement. But this is from ground level during the day. Let's see at night. Ooh, you can see some lights there in the distance. Let me shut off the lights on the aircraft. It's even saying caution, caution. Like, no, you don't want the lights on. You don't want the lights on. You need a dark cockpit just like this. This is how more than likely Midnight Hammer pilots flew this thing. Even with these lights, they were probably dimmed down to the lowest settings. I don't know, I'm making this up. We'll never know everything, right? I know it's hard to see, but look at the night sky. Let's land this bad boy. Skip ahead and put us by the runway here. This is Whiteman Air Force Base. Let's just arrive on 19, runway 19. 5 nautical miles out. No, well, it depends how high it puts me. So for the information I can find on the aircraft's landing configuration, the approach speed should be 135 to 145, depending on weight, right? Full flaps, landing gear down and locked. You want the landing gear down within 10 nautical miles out, which we're going to be at 5 nautical miles out, so hopefully the landing gear is already deployed. Our glide path, we should be at an altitude of 1,500 feet and 5 nautical miles away from the runway for that glide path. Descent rate of 700 to 800 feet per minute. Spoiler armed. Throttle manual control preferred on final, and our touchdown speed at 125 to 135 knots. So I am running this program here, Rate My Landing. I'm not affiliated with flightsim.to in any way, but I found this app and decided to check it out. I do understand that it does a landing data of feet per minute and G-force, and to give you a rating per se. I'm not sure if it's going to take into account the actual aircraft, the aircraft itself and its preferred settings or configuration, but we'll see what the application says. Go ahead and start this flight. So 135 to 145 approach speed with a landing at 125 to 135. In my mind, 125, everything 125. I am hitting full flaps right away. Okay, we're 10 nautical miles out. That's good. Landing gear down. Speed is decreasing ever so slightly. We're at 130 knots. Going too slow. Give us some more thrust there. We're gonna start losing too much altitude. Oh, we're actually where it said 700 to 800. That's where we want to be. Yeah, I know I'm stalling. I'm giving it more thrust. Very nice, very nice. Let's check on our application. Make sure it's functioning, connected, active. All right, it's monitoring pretty legit. Yeah, looks good. We're gliding right on down. 130 knots and descending or reducing speed, 125. Ooh, give it some more thrust. We're good, we're good, we're good. We're still descending. Awesome. This is gonna be smooth butter. This is literally my second landing attempt with this aircraft. Nice. Nice. Right on the center line. I don't know about you guys, but I can't land external view. I have to do it from that view. Feet per minute, 214, not bad. G-force 1.47, rating good. All right, a good rating. G-force is bad, a little high on the G-force, which just probably means I came in too fast, maybe. I don't know. But overall, a good rating. Appreciate again everyone tuning in. This was a quick review of the B-2 bomber. Was it worth it? Was it not worth it? I'm kind of in the middle on my opinion. Appreciate everyone joining again. Thank you guys. Safe flying, folks.